Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host James Mason. Happy New Year, James. How you doing?
Todd, Happy New Year. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Do you have you do anything special with the family?
No, I don't think so.
No, not at all.
Oh, no, we did. Bet y'all can't guess what vehicle I purchased this weekend on New Year's Eve.
I know.
Take a guess in the comments. Oh, yeah, I did it. Everybody. Bought me a minivan, baby.
You're gonna look good behind a minivan.
Hey, people can hate, but man, that thing is cool, and man, it is roomy.
What did you guys end up on buying?
Honda.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was that, and it was that, and I mean, we're kind of stuck on the Honda and also the Toyota, but good Lord, like you can't find vehicles anywhere. We kept contacting all the Toyota dealerships and wanted to go up there and look at their minivans, and they kept saying, yeah, like if you want a minivan, we don't have any on the lot. You have to come in and put a deposit down on it. And Maggie was just like, well, I want to test drive one. I finally told her, I said, Maggie, stop asking about test driving a freaking minivan. You're not going to test drive one. I'm like, Maggie, this is 2020. Get with the program. We don't do that anymore. You pay for it and you buy it, and that's it. Don't test drive anything.
And you like it, whether you like it or not.
Exactly. But she finally got over it and accepted the fact that she wasn't going to test drive one. But they actually told us that with the shortage, that all of the vehicles, and now this is coming from Toyota, that all of their vehicles, at least in terms of the minivans, since that's what we were speaking about, were already purchased before they hit their lot.
Wow.
Which is cool, because that's actually the strategy that BMW, uses. All BMWs are actually purchased before they ever hit the lot, if no one knew that. But Toyota, with supply and demand right now, the salesman, told us that, yeah, we could get you one in here, but you'd have to put a deposit on it, and it would probably come between 30 and 60 days. And we was like, what? And he said, so when you wanting to actually have one? And we said, by tonight. And he just chuckled. He said, yeah, I can't help you there. Yep. So we searched, and we finally found a total of, between Honda and Toyota, a total of 3.
So did she get to pick out her color?
Well, the colors between all 3 of them were white and black.
So the answer is yes. She got to choose between, as long as it was between white or black.
Yes, exactly.
Horrible. That's horrible.
All right, everybody. So currently the Dow futures are up 94 points. S&P 500 futures are up 14.5 points. And it is the new year. So I'm kind of expecting, at least in the short term, unless there's some kind of macro event taking place, that the new year comes out and we have a little bullish pump. Probably just from, new year, new balance sheets for everybody. And yeah, so we'll see. Well, a lot is actually going to be dependent on the Fed, because they said that they were supposed to taper in December, and we know that was a lie. They have not tapered. They're lying to us, everybody. They're lying to us. All right. So let's go ahead and let's talk about some tickers today. So, Todd, what do you want to talk about today?
Let's talk about, we got a couple that we want to talk about. Tesla gaps up on the new year here. And I know one guy that is a friend of mine, and I don't trade like he trades, but he carried 10 contracts at 11 something, 11:05 and 11:25 this morning. So he's excited for the market to open here in a few minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Especially if you had contracts.
Yeah, that's what he does. The guy makes $500,000 a year just trading contracts.
Oh, okay. I remember you telling me about him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, let's start with Tesla then. So before we get into Tesla too deep. Let's kind of just step back here, and I want to talk about the news on it before we actually talk about the chart. So, and I actually want to talk about a rumor. That's what I'm going, trying to go into right here. So Tesla, they announced that they had a record number of vehicle deliveries in Q4, breaking above 308,000. I mean, obviously it's a record, but cool, Brian Lashford, thank you for the tip, by the way. So back to my point. Great on Tesla. I love Tesla. I love Elon Musk more so. But I saw something. I saw a tweet this morning, and it's not a rumor. There's no truth to it whatsoever. It's kind of a more so of a, I don't know, just a food for thought theory. And I'll read it to you. I'll show you it and read it to you. So it's by this gentleman right here on Twitter who goes by Reed_Wolfpack, Reed Sherman. No, honestly, I don't know who he is. I just saw it pop up and what I would be interested in. So he writes, I hate comparing companies to Enron, but Tesla reporting these numbers despite a chip shortage, among other issues during the quarter, just doesn't make sense. Red flag number one, when real world observations contradict the numbers a company reports, that explanation is rarely benign. And I honestly, I hadn't thought about this. Now he's not saying that this is true. He's just kind of thrown up in his mind what he sees as a red flag. And I mean, if you think about it from that angle, it would make you start to question it. It's made me start to kind of question it, And again, I love Tesla, but I mean, we all know the chip shortage that the entire world is experiencing right now.
And again, we're not buying into this rumor. We're just saying, holy cow, what if?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
like,
Elon, if you're listening, which I'm sure he is with his AI at minimum, we're just saying, holy cow, what if?
Yeah. So where's Elon Musk getting his chips from? That's what I want to know. So I don't know. Just food for thought.
Yep.
I mean, there's no substance to it. So, all right, now back to the chart. So we see this beautiful gap up on Tesla right here, breaking above this resistance at 1,100, and we'll just round it up to 13. And we're literally almost in the middle of this channel between that range right there up to its next resistance at 1,176. So this is kind of where I expect this thing to trend at for the day. Its first push up to 1176, I kind of expect it to get rejected and pull back. But if this thing does break down and it breaks down below, we'll just say 1113 right here, I would watch for that bounce to come back up. And then the second time it goes down, that's when I would think about buying some put contracts. But that's just me personally. And on the short term, my target would be right around 1057. So that's what I see to the short side for Tesla. If we even get to that point, I don't know. We'll see. But if we look at this daily chart right here on Tesla, I mean, we can see a strong pullback in this little bounce, and then this little gap up right here. And the hardest thing about trying to trade Tesla is trying to short Tesla. And we all know the history on bears and Tesla. Now, my history on going short with Tesla has, so far, it's actually been, as far as I remember, 100% accurate so far. But with Tesla, it only takes that one time to screw up and you erase everything. Just remember that. But now when I am saying short in Tesla, I'm just talking about taking puts. So right here, we have this channel, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I do expect that strong resistance right around that 1176 range. and we'll just have to see how it performs right there. Which leads us into, since Tesla is obviously an EV company and talking about their deliveries, let's bring up a ticker INO again today. So
NIO.
Yeah, I'm sorry. NIO, huge difference. Thank you, Todd. All right, so ticker NIO, we spoke about this on Friday, and I was bullish on it, and it came out, had a nice little push up. Let's go to the 5-minute chart here. So here we are on Friday. It came up, and it broke above my little entry price at 32.42. We had that quick spike up, and just as quick as it went up, it came back down. And then it bounced and came back up and did the same thing again, got rejected, and then just kind of became a fader for the rest of the day, pretty much just following the market trend, in my opinion. And here we are again. It's jumping off that EV sentiment from Tesla. So we have a sympathy play going on right here. So, like I spoke about on Friday's show, my target range for NIO is between 33.57 on up to 35.24. Just remember, guys, like this is a short-term swing trade, and I'm kind of expecting this will run to be done today, tomorrow, somewhere in there. I mean, we're just coming off of a steep downtrend. So we have a lot of bag holders right here. They're wanting to get out. And if we're just going to be honest, this bounce is pretty daggone strong for a downtrend like this. I have a hard time seeing this thing doing a V-shaped recovery, especially where we're sitting overall with the market. So this is just my quick breakdown on ticker NIO. All right, Todd. So
if people had got in on Friday, they'd be in the green right now, so they'd be all right.
Yeah. Today, I wouldn't chase it today. Me personally.
Yep. Take a look at. There's a couple people mentioned it in the comments, and it's one you and I talked about in the pregame, and I traded it in the pre-market a little bit. IMMX. iMix Biopharma. And the FDA gave them a rare designation for a pediatric cancer treatment. And they've had a pretty good run this morning already, and it's up over 70% this morning right now.
All right. So I don't have any information on my data sets for short interest. I'm not sure why, but the share structure, I'm showing outstanding shares at 7.5 million shares and a float of almost 1.3. So you guys know by now with me, I don't care nothing about the float, since the floats are hardly ever updated. I go solely off of outstanding shares. So we have a stock here, super small amount of outstanding shares on the market, and the slightest bit of news makes these things run. So here we are. I mean, we're already up 78%, almost 79%. We're hitting in the range of pre-market highs right in here. And if we're looking at this RSI, I mean, we can see, the RSI is still pretty daggone hot. The way that I kind of interpret this news that they released today is, it's just a designation. I believe a lot of this is just FOMO now. We've seen, this first candle right here move up pre-market, and this is probably just a combination of, the bears covering their short position and maybe some bulls going long. I don't know. We'll never know. But then you can see the sell-off right here of profit takers and so on. We got the bounce. Now we're coming up for that second. We had that first bounce, coming up for that second run, and we're starting to catch some fierce resistance right at this point. So with that news again, and this is just my opinion, that news is a designation. I don't see that as So at this point, I think it's just FOMO. We have a couple minutes, we have about 13 minutes till the bell, so we have to see how this thing acts at the bell and if that volume is going to hold up. As soon as that volume starts dying, we'll know that this thing is going to be a fader. As for how high it can go, if you're not already in it, man, I would have I'd have a hard time chasing this, because if we look at this daily chart right here, I'm just going to highlight this line right here and change the color of it so y'all can get a good visual representation of what I'm showing you. So this little teal line right here, this little, that I just drew, that's the price right now. It closed out on Friday at 356. So we went from here all the way up here. Everything that's on this chart, we're now above it. I'm having a hard time seeing this thing as a bullish play at this point, since I'm not in it. That's just too much movement on that chart. I mean, we're literally gapping over all of their candles for the daily chart. So I'm expecting this thing to open up and it will have its little FOMO bullish bounce and then just probably print off a massive red candle. Potentially, I'm going to say potentially it could come back down to around 523. That's kind of going to be my short target for today. And that is ticker IMMX.
All right. Let's go to the comments for a couple minutes before we get out of here. Good morning, traders. Good morning. Good morning. Dustin, we just talked about, we talked about IMMX. Happy New Year. Ain't seen you guys since last year. Feel the same way, Incendio.
So good morning, everybody.
Good job, Chris Lee. Way to grab a few of those.
Knox, thank you for the information. I haven't done any research into who makes Tesla's chips, but Knox is saying that Samsung makes their chips. So I appreciate that bit of information, and I will do some due diligence on that to kind of see what's going on.
As Jen, we got a couple things planned that we're going to be with the show and TTBB. So $500 challenge is not on the list, but that can be brought up. And problem is we get going, and it's a lot of us are trading more than $500, and it's hard to dial that down. But that's something we can. I don't mean that in a brag way. I'm just meaning that as your focus is, it's like you want to make sure that the challenge is realistic for those that are participating or following at that level. But we'll add that to our conversations.
Yeah, like for me, I've started them a couple times and I get bored with them. Yeah, I mean, it's just having another account with $500 in it. I already have 4 accounts, and it's already hard to keep up with 4 accounts. I can't keep up with 4 accounts.
And literally, that's what you need to do. You need to have an account dedicated to that, so that you're not cheating yourself and saying, oh, so you're forced to take 5 shares or 3 shares or something and trade small and make it grow.
Exactly.
All right.
So let's see. I'm not really seeing much else in the comments that we haven't already talked about recently.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, well, Todd, that is all I have for today. Then, do you have anything else?
No. So happy New Year. It's a new year, new start, new beginnings. Be smart. Don't go all in full size on the first trade and get yourself upside down, like thinking, this is the year I'm going to make a big push, and next thing you know, you're digging yourself out of a hole. So be smart with your trades, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, everybody. So trade safe, trade smart, and this is trading day number 1 of 2022. Don't screw it up.
All right, take care.